Alright, today's video is going to be installing these steering rack eccentric spacers. It's pretty much just to bring the rack forward. This is like the cheap way first to move the rack forward a little bit so it prevents over centering when the tie rod is getting used. So kind of like it turns into heavy steering. Like you'll go about your normal steering geometry, and then because it's a short knuckle, once you pass your normal steering limit, the tire wants to swing. The tire, like by itself, pulls itself harder. It gives you like a heavy feel. So if you can kind of see, that the tie rod is kind of pointing aft or back of the car. We're trying to level, either level it, or if you can, move it forward. Hence why some people modify the subframe. That's the more permanent, legitimate fix. But a cheap alternative is just getting those rack spacers. So I'm gonna try this out first, see how it feels, and then if I can ever find a subframe, I'll get it modified to where they weld the mounts like about 1 inch closer or something like that, like 25 mil, 30 mil forward, and you don't have to have those spacers anymore because the rack will be center line how you need it. And the 4 bolts we're going to be getting are the 2 aft ones right here, and then 2 inboard ones. One's right there, and do the same thing for this side. I broke the torque on all 4 bolts off camera. Okay, now the 2 caps are off, 4 bolts are off. Now this rack has some room in it now. And it's not really much. I mean, it's just so we can get the spacer in there. So we gotta take these rubber ones off. We'll start with what I think is the easier one. I got like my interior upholstery tool. So, one hand I'm gonna lift it up, pull that one. I don't know if it's a 1 piece or 2 piece. It looks like it's a 1 piece. And then push it out from the bottom. I think I'm gonna have to pry it back because I think it's pushing out on the forward side. There you go. Alright. So here's one rubber one. This is just a circle, normal circle. Alright, here's the second one. This one's not a normal circle. It has a flat right there, which is about pointing at the, if I was looking at it from this way, it'd be like the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock position. And I'll show you that on the new one. So what we're trying to do is move the rack forward. And by that, we're going to be using the thick part of this bushing to be sitting on where the normal mount would be, which would be more or less like this, if you can imagine this one right here. And that when I put the mount on, it's going to push this forward. Can't do it by hand, but it'll be pushing it forward. This one's easier to tell because of that one, this flat right here, so I know how it's going to sit. But on the other one, it's a circle, but it's essentially the same thing, pushing it forward. So we're going to use the thicker end and put that on the back side so it pushes the whole rack forward. So I'm gonna try the harder one first, see if that's the right angle of attack. The top part's gonna be easy. I'm gonna work on this, but I gotta know more or less where it's gonna sit. It's gonna sit right up in there. Maybe I can just slide it under. That'll be too easy though. Or not. Okay. And then this part. Okay, a lot easier than I thought. We'll go ahead and move to this right side, and hopefully it's just as easy. Put fatter side on the back, narrow in on the front. Okay, so from according to the other videos that I've seen other people do this, they didn't really have it as easy as I did for whatever reason. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. We got these bushings installed. Now off camera, I'm gonna go clean off these caps and bolts, get the threads all nice and clean, and then you'll see me bolt them down. Maybe I'll do it like a time lapse. Maybe you'll be able to see the rack kind of move forward. Okay, now I'm going to be putting these caps back on. This is take two because I almost stripped this cap. I caught it right before I started putting torque on it. I don't think I was fully aligned straight, so I'm gonna watch it this time, make sure I don't do that again. Pour torque down. Now you can see what this was doing. So instead of the rack sitting normally flush like right here, now she's moved forward. Well, that plate's in the way, so I can't see how much forward it moved the rack, but at least I know this one's legit. But I think even right now, it's better. It's not pointing to the back. All right, first impressions. The initial starting from straight to turning is a little heavier than normal. So right now I'm gonna go full lock and see what happens. Usually after a little bit it'll pull itself, but okay, now it's centering itself. So like I said before, after maybe 75% of the turn, the tire will just kind of pull itself and I don't even have to turn it. But right now it seems like my whole initial reason of why I'm doing this is gone. Yeah, but the initial, like going straight and then starting to turn, it feels just a tad bit heavier. Nothing crazy, but it does feel heavier. So like I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna go full lock and we'll see what happens. So she does start to center center herself. And that was the reason why I got these eccentric bushings in the first place, was because anytime I go to full lock, it stays at full lock. It will not go back to center. Alright, so I'm gonna call that a success. New bushings in. They actually match my subframe risers with the color, the orange. I guess PBM just likes to have their own style. But there you go, both of them are in, and I like it.